Okay. Hi. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the series of discussions we are having here. And as usual, I would like to say that let us practice being focused and not be distracted. So let's be focused here and participate because it is intended to be very interactive. So, yes. So, very heartful, grateful thanks. Okay, you all took out some time to join this. अच्छा, तो सबसे पहले the session is about parenting and leadership, but it will apply equally to all the meaningful relationships that are here that you would be having. And it would be good if you all can just switch on your cameras. It will be nice interacting. So, like we ended last time, we also discussed that four human desires. So, just continue from there. That what are the four human desires? If anyone would recollect, or I would just revise. So, first one is that it is not in any order, but it is like every human being has desires like um, growth is the center of everything, that everybody likes to grow in everything. Grow in what? Grow in your freedom, grow in your contribution, grow in your abundance, everywhere. Growth is very important. And one or other drive is meaningful pursuits. Like if we are pursuing something, it's not that we are lacking anything, but still we are pursuing something, some meaningful thing. Otherwise, like when we start a relationship, we pursue people, and then that time it is very shining and very glamorous. लेकिन जैसे ही थोड़ा थोड़ा पुराना होता जाता है, we start being casual and we do not pursue it. And so meaningful pursuits are one of the human drive that everybody desires to that for that. And another thing is deep connections. Maybe we have all the wealth, all the money, all the health, everything is there, but unless and until the relationships are deep and meaningful with us, it is not very fulfilling life that one leads. So, having deep connections and aliveness, that what every day keeps you alive, what makes you feel that you are into the day or into your life, something is happening. So that aliveness is the fourth pillar. So the four every human four desires is deep connections, having meaningful pursuits, aliveness, and growth. So in this where this parenting comes, as in parenting or leadership, when we are having leading a team or we are in a family context or family setup. So unless the relationship is deep with our child, with our team, it is really difficult to means superficial relationships are not that very meaningful at the end of the day when you go off to sleep. Then unless and until there has been some depth in your relationships, it is very not very fulfilling life. So would everyone agree that parenting is very important for child development?
Yes, truly agree.
So, and would you agree that it is getting difficult day by day?
Yes, it is very difficult.
But are there any trainings or any programs that are teaching how to be for everything else we study, for everything we have training programs. But parenting is that we are left on our own and we just pass on what unknowingly, subconsciously we have inherited, what we understand, and then we pass on to our kids. And similarly, in leadership also, we are train. We are doing many leadership things, but because yes, trainings are there, but how many parents are actually taking those trainings or doing that before even thinking of assuming that parenting role? So yes,
शिखा टीचर, हम इसमें एक बात बोलेंगे जिसको आप आगे अपने जरूर पॉइंट में रखिएगा, जो हम देखते हैं, लेते
so,
हैं, पेरेंट्स लेते हैं ट्रेनिंग, नो डाउट, पर दोनों पेरेंट्स लेते हैं क्या? और अगर एक पेरेंट लेता है, क्या वो दूसरे पेरेंट को कन्विंस कर सकता है कि हमारे बच्चे के लिए क्या सही है? जो मेन हमारे सामने आती है वो इस बात के लिए, तो मैं चाहूंगी कि इस वाले पॉइंट को जरूर करा जाए ताकि सबको हेल्प मिले, बिकॉज ट्रेनिंग आर देयर, नो डाउट।
yes, trainings है जैसा कि anybody would like to speak?
Yeah, another challenging what I would like to add is actually we need to understand the child's perspective with the environment what they are in. Yet parents, we do think in our childhood, in our times of thinking and our perspective. So there need to be a balance and we need to, वो क्या है ना, एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे दोनों को आके समझना चाहिए क्या नीड्स है और उनको मीट करना है। ये मैंने काफी विथ एक्सपीरियंस और विथ अंडरस्टैंडिंग आई एम फीलिंग दिस, यानी कि पहले जो एजुकेशन सिस्टम रहता था और बॉन्डिंगनेस रहता था वो काफी फेस टू फेस था। अभी नॉलेज इतना इजीली मिलता है, उस वजह से people do not respect each other so much और socially connect द मच। वो नीड उनको इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं लगता क्योंकि एवरीथिंग इज इजीली अवेलेबल, टेक्नोलॉजी के थ्रू मिल रहा है। तो उस वजह से ह्यूमन ह्यूमन का रिलेशन से ज्यादा ह्यूमन गैजेट्स का रिलेशन ज्यादा हो गया है। तो ये बात हम लोगों को समझना चाहिए कि बच्चों में जो हमारे टाइम में जो हम लोग करते थे अभी वो एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर सकते हैं। इट्स मोर वी नीड टू हैव नॉट कंट्रोल और मॉनिटर, जस्ट फाइंड व्हाट एग्जैक्टली द नीडेड। ये मेरे समझ में आ रहा है, लेकिन मुझे अपने समझ से नहीं, सभी से समझ के क्या मैं कर सकती हूँ उस बारे में मेरी सोच जा रही है। दिस व्हाट आई वांटेड टू एक्सप्रेस माई सेल्फ।
So definitely. So एक प्री मीटिंग असाइनमेंट था, so एक बार पहले उसको डिस्कस कर लेते हैं, then we will take आगे का. So question was, what specific 3 actions or changes can I make in my daily interactions with my child or my team to strengthen our bond and cultivate a deeper and more meaningful relationship? So आपने किसी anybody thought of it? ओके, सो जैसे कि अभी मंजू लता बोल रहे थे कि हमारा पेरेंटिंग हैज बीन गेटिंग डिफिकल्ट एंड बिकॉज ऑफ द इंटरनेट और इंफॉर्मेशन overdose that we have. So let us discuss what all challenges are there in parenting today. What do you think? What are the main challenges in parenting today? Or even when we go for team building, what challenges do we face?
Less interaction first, because children or the other people are into their own, uh, uh, foundation, means say ki they are busy their some other activities, so they don't want to interact, actually they don't want to listen. Specifically in parenting, in team you can say if you are at a senior post then somebody will have to listen you, but in parenting they have, children have full, you can say they have their this thing ki discretion power that they are not going to listen you first. Interaction is not there, it's very less interaction, I would say the main thing.
Definitely. More any other challenges in parenting? Okay. Pinaki saying 50 minutes of quality time. Reading something together or active listening. Yeah, that is a tool that we can adapt. Definitely. Yes, Teji ji.
Nothing, Shika. Sorry, I am on the
Okay,
road
fine.
right now. By mistake, I got unmuted. Thank you.
So let's do one exercise here. Let's take some moment and just ask ourselves that um, what are the five qualities? What are the top five qualities that I admire in my child or in my team member? Which I just think about five things that you admire or you learn from your child or team or like that. That what are the five things that you can think of that are good or praiseworthy? So today, after this exercise, we are going to get see a five-point framework where we can how we can strengthen these relationships and what all we can do and what is stopping us. So just have a quick thinking on that, and then we'll. So, Likpai,
यस हमने लिखा, बताएं या बाद में कुछ हमारे लिए?
आपने लिख लिया. That is great. So, just we come to the five-point framework that I want to share today that we can use for just strengthening relationship, and that goes for any relationship, be it parent-child, team lead, or work employee, staff, and any meaningful relationship that you are pursuing. So, the first thing is being committed or being giving everything to that relationship. So if you think of it in past, just focus, just be take in your mind only one relationship that has been that is the most important for you at this time, and and just go into your interactions for past 3 months and just rate yourself on this category, that how much you have been committed or being present in that, like have you given your 100% in that relationship in past 3 months. Where will you rate? 1 to 10. One is that you have not made much time, much energy into that, invested much energy or time into that relationship. And 10, you have been seeking and thinking of the methods to invest more time. कैसे हम उसको और जिंदा रख सकते हैं, that ways. Then 10 is that ways, and 1 is the lowest. So just rate yourself in past 3 months interaction, how much you will rate between 1 and 10, that कितना हमने उसके ऊपर अपना काम किया है, how much committed we are, and then we will see what it is. That just quickly rate yourself how much you have been committed into that relationship. Have you given everything that you would have wanted to give into that relationship? As in, and if it is whatever, it's 3, 4, 5, 7, and then what does that 10 looks like? That if you are totally committed into it, like if you are making plans to grow into that relationship, pursue that relationship, invest in that relationship, that 10, how will it look like? Like how much you are making your efforts to make that person feel loved, make feel respected, heard, giving your time and giving your energy. How, what are you doing even in that relationship? How much you are committed? Because that is one in relationship that you are taking, that is the most important for you. So how much you are yourself rating into that one, between 1 to 10? It's just for your understanding, it's for your realization that how we can go ahead into that. What is it that is stopping? And then just think about the reasons. What is it that is holding you back? Why you are not fully committed as much as you may want to it in it? Whether it is your any conditioning that is there, social conditioning, or it is the way that you were brought up. Is it like something they are doing which they shouldn't be doing? What is it that is stopping you from committing your 100% into it? And if it is about their behavior, if it is about anything that is from past that is hampering your relationship, then how you will sit with yourself and just heal yourself, and then give be ready to invest your 100% in that relationship. Okay. So first thing is just checking, am I all in into that relationship? Ms. Navnita, thank you for sharing.
Yes, I'm trying to understand what exactly the discussion is going on right now, and I wanted to say something in parenting. Parenting is for both the parents, matlab both the guardian, that is the father and the mother, and we both should cooperate each other to understand the perspective of the child. So it is a duty for both of them. And first thing, 5 topics, I can't understand ki 5 topics to write, but still 4 points I have written. That is, we should try to understand the child's perspective in today's environment. That means ki we should not compare our perspective with them, like we were how we were grown up, and how the things were going on at that time. And we should we think children should behave like that, but it is not like that. The things have changed, the environment is changed, and everything has changed. So we should change our thinking also. And one thing more, we should not force them to do something or the other thing, that this is good, and I am a parent and I should I am just ordering this कि you have to do it, तो ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए. And one thing, we should be uh, friendship relationship between parent and child is good. We should have a friendly relationship, but we should not be a friend to them, because uh, if we have a friend, then children start taking for granted also. They take it for granted. So these are two things, three four things that I have uh, I wanted to share with everybody over here. And I'm learning much right now.
Thank you.
That is all.
Yeah. So, what Namita says, that we should not be imposing our orders on them. So that brings to the second point of this framework, that is demonstrating respect. Am I
Yes, yes.
treating respect in every interaction that I am having? That we are just in that relationship. Am I interrupting when they're speaking? Am I not honoring what they want? Am I not listening what they are trying to say? As in front of everybody, am I not very respectful? Like they are, maybe if we see as a parent child, whether am I demeaning them in public, or we are not praising enough? So that also, and not only parent child, even in a team lead or in a subordinate and a boss, whether I am giving them respect and also demonstrating. Maybe inside our positive intent is there to correct them or to give them the best, but am I demonstrating respect in front of everybody? So that is the second point of this framework that we can use to make our relationship better and strengthen it. That whether I am demonstrating respect at all the time. So again, on the score of 1 to 10, please rate yourself in your last 3 months interaction, how much you would think that you have demonstrated respect to them. And using the word respect, not making it as obvious it is that I, yes, I do respect, or I appreciate. Just respecting. Am I Have I been consistent, congruent with them when I have asked them that I will do this? I have told them I will do this. Have I stick to that thing and I have honored my commitment? That is also showing respect to them. That whatever I'm doing, I am honoring it. So have I done it? So in that ways, as in demonstrating respect, and a score of 1 to 10, how much will I rate that in my past 3 months interactions, how much I have shown respect or demonstrated respect to them? And that respect is actually a very big thing in any relationship, whether it is a 6-year-old child, 5-year-old child, or we are interacting with a team member, an adult. So this interaction in respect interaction is really important. Okay, so the next one that comes after the first one is, am I all in? Am I all committed? Second is whether I am demonstrating respect, and third one is, am I promoting their desires? Do I know what they want 5 years from now? What they want now? Am I am I giving fire to their dreams? Am I understanding? Do I know what they want? If I am their parent, I am their coach. What would I do to give air to their dreams. That for someone tells me that I want to achieve something, I want to do this and do that, how much I am supportive in that, how much I want them to achieve that dream, what is my support to them. So in 1 to 10 you can rate them. Do you know what is their dream, what do they want? Namita, you want to say something?
Uh, I wanted to say this कि I know my child या मतलब हम बच्चों को ज्यादा अच्छे से जान रहे हैं, आज बच्चे हमको जान रहे हैं इस चीज के बारे में कि उनका क्या ऑब्जेक्टिव है लाइफ में बनने का। तो हमें लगता है इसमें थोड़ा सा मतलब गैपिंग है अ, कि हाँ, हमें कभी-कभी हम लोग एज़ अ पेरेंट समझते हैं कि हमें ज़्यादा बेटर मालूम है और ज़्यादा अच्छा समझ पा रहे हैं उस सब चीज़ों को और आगे क्या चल होगा इस चीज़ का। बच्चे का क्या है कि जो मतलब या तो उनके एनवायरनमेंट में ऐसा हो रहा होता है या उनके जैसे क्लास में है या फिर उनके टीम में जैसा कि सब ऐसा बनना की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, तो वो वैसा करने की कोशिश करते हैं। पर उनकी कैपेबिलिटी उस तरह होती नहीं है। वो बहुत बार इस चीज़ को रिकॉग्नाइज़ कर नहीं पाते हैं कि ये चीज़ हम कर पाएँगे और नहीं कर पाएँगे या कैसे इस चीज़ को अचीव करेंगे। तो ये सब चीज़ें थोड़ा-सा इसमें स्टडी का टाइम है, थोड़ा-सा करने की कोशिश करनी चाहिए। पहले हमें मतलब मुझे पहले ऐसा लगता था कि एज़ अ पेरेंट मुझे ज़्यादा अच्छे से मालूम है कि ये बच्चे के लिए ठीक है और ये इस डायरेक्शन में जाएगा तो बेटर कर पाएगा। बट बच्चा किस हिसाब से सोच रहा है इस चीज़ पे थोड़ा-सा अ, वर्किंग थोड़ा नहीं की है और लगता है कि मतलब थोड़ा-सा इसमें भी चाहिए।
सो उसके लिए
हेलो।
हम क्या कर सकते हैं? ये रेटिंग करके वी आर जस्ट मेकिंग आवरसेल्व्स अवेयर दैट हाउ मच डू वी नो, मतलब जिसके साथ हम हमेशा रह रहे हैं या जो मेरे लिए इतना इम्पोर्टेंट है, उनको हम कितना जानते हैं, व्हाट डू वी नो अबाउट देम, व्हाट डू वी नो अबाउट देयर एस्पिरेशंस, व्हाट डू दे वांट, एंड अनलेस एंड until we know, how are we able to support them, how are we able to live that dream with them, unless and so knowing, and then it comes down, it all boils down to our communication, how much we are communicating and how we are communicating with them. So are we very casual about it, or are we pursuing every day that we want this relationship, this is the most important relationship for me, how much my efforts are going into it, what am I doing to know that person, to make this relationship strong. And we complain that the relationship is going down, आजकल इतना distraction है and all, but what are we doing? So Chitra says we have to be what we expect from them and how we want to see our kids. Definitely. So how many of you think parenting is about child or it is about parent?
It's about parent.
It's all about parents. So like Khalil Gibran says, the child is through you, not for you. So through us, we are just a channel. So इसमें आगे just have you rated yourself that what how much you are aware about their dreams and what you can do, साथ साथ you please keep that realization on what all you can do, how you will be able to know that what is it that they want, what is it that you can contribute into their dreams, how you can be supportive, how you can be, because एवरी हम लोग भी, आप सभी लोग जो भी आया है उसका जैसे कहते हैं ना कि इट्स 2/3 इट इज लाइक what environment makes you, and it is only 1/3 that it is on you what you did. So are we able to give that support, that environment to the relationship or to the person who matters so much to us? Are we able to do that, give that support or get that environment to flourish? So unless and until we realize that, we will not be able to work towards it. Then it comes to the fourth. The first one is, am I all in? Second is whether I am demonstrating respect to them. And third is whether I am stoking their dreams. And now the fourth is whether I am taking their sides first. As in, am I showing my empathy before I am reacting? Am I stepping into their shoes and knowing what is actually going on there? और जैसा नमिता पहले बोल रहे थे कि we are just giving orders that what is happening, ऐसे करो ऐसे नहीं करो. Are we stepping into their side and empathy क्या है यही ना? Then we step into their shoes and just think about it. क्यों कर रहे हैं ऐसे? लाइक क्यूरियोसिटी, जेन्यून क्यूरियोसिटी, या फिर जैसे कोई आके हमको कुछ सुना रहे हैं कि सुबह से क्या हुआ, आर वी पासिंग जजमेंट इमीडिएटली, तुमने ऐसे क्यों किया, तुमको ऐसा करना चाहिए था, और वी आर जस्ट ट्राइंग गिविंग देम एन ईयर, लिसनिंग टू देम पेशेंटली एंड देन understanding what is it that is at play at their end, what is it that they are thinking, or it is what they are going through. So if you again rate in past 3 months interactions, how much you would have taken their side, how much it would have been that you have been keeping them first. Like वो 7 habits में भी एक habit पहले क्या है, see, understand before seeking to be understood. So how much you are understanding what are they going through, and that will happen only when we have thought about it and we are aware about it. So this is another thing, taking their side first. So first one was, am I all committed? Second is, am I demonstrating respect? Third is, am I
Speaking.
taking their dreams, whether we know what they desire, what are their dreams. Fourth one is taking their side first, showing their empathy before we react. And इसमें ये भी है कि are we cheering for them? Are we validating their feeling? So we should not just move on that अच्छा हो गया खत्म आगे बढ़ते हैं. So इसमें एक अच्छा ये एक पांचों फ्रेमवर्क खत्म कर लेते हैं, फिर एक सिनेरियो वी विल डिस्कस. That fifth one is making laughter and making deep connections a daily thing. It is not, we have not spent much time together, spending time together laughing, because laughing makes bonding very strong, laughing together. So are we making time to laugh together and actually sitting together for some deep conversation, some deep thing, daily thing. It is not that once in a while or jab ho jayega. One, I had this phrase that we all desire growth, we all desire everything, but we leave it to randomness. That जब आना हो जाएगा आ जाएगा, या फिर एक अंदर कहीं डिजायर है लेकिन we are not clearly giving to the universe that what is it that we are seeking. So unless and until we are clear that what we want from a relationship or from anything in this life and from the universe, how are they going to give? So similarly, if we are not making it a daily thing to convey or to do things on a daily basis, how is it that we will be able to uh, fuel this relationship? So am I have I made this a daily thing, making laughter a priority, a daily thing priority? It's not once in a while or when we go out on a vacation, when we are at movies, that only we will do. So have I done it? So this is a 5. Is in this also you can rate yourself 1 to 10, that making laughter, yeah, like you have not laughed in past 3 months, that will be 1, and then you have thought about making this making things do together and making an effort to go deep into the relationship, a daily thing, then it is a 10. So wherever you are in between, so that there is a framework to the daily also, daily routine also, that these are the things that you have to do it. It's a tick mark, it's a tick that there has to be things which you have to do daily to ensure that what you want from that, how you want to feel, that feeling will come not from the randomness, but from the concentrated or directed efforts that you can make. So these were the five point framework that I thought about sharing that will make our relationship go stronger if we look into it and we make take this into our awareness. So there is one scenario that I was trying to come up with that once that the mother who is cooking in the kitchen and she is into her own that it's a Sunday evening, Monday office जाना है, इतना सब कुछ पड़ा है, कैसे होगा? And the child comes in the kitchen and says, आज फिर दाल चावल. And then the bomb explodes and says, you are not grateful for anything in your life. खाना बना के मिल रहा है, घर का खाना मिल रहा है, वो नहीं चाहिए. And इधर से then boy just runs out of the kitchen, slams the bedroom door, and then the damage is done. Now, what are the possible scenarios that what are the feelings of the mother and the feeling of the boy? Can someone share?
फीलिंग ऑफ द बॉय इज लाइक मेरी तो सुनते ही नहीं है, मुझे क्या खाना है, मेरे लिए तो सोचते ही नहीं है। एंड मदर को लगता है कि हमेशा तो अच्छा बनाती हूँ, एक दिन ऐसे हो गया तो क्या ही हुआ। हाँ, तो बता दिया करो जो खाना होता है, मैं रोज रोज कैसे सोचूं। बिकॉज आई हैव सीन दिस, ये बहुत अच्छा पॉइंट आपने लिया है। व्हेन दिस सिचुएशन कम्स बिफोर मी, मैं क्या बनाया है, ये बनाया है, यही है क्या, अच्छा आप बता दो, then they do not have choice. When we say
But
okay you tell,
it's
it comes.
done. The child is already gone, and the outpour has already happened. So that
Okay.
the mother is in the kitchen and the boy is in the room. What is happening at both the places?
नाउ व्हाट टू डू, मदर वुड से कि अब मैं क्या, मतलब अब जो डैमेज इज ऑलरेडी बीन डन, तो अब क्या करें, अब कुछ बनाना तो है ही है, क्योंकि मदर को ये लगेगा कि भूखा भी नहीं रहे चाइल्ड। तो देन उसके बाद पैचअप करने की कोशिश, अच्छा बताओ चलो मैं बना देती हूँ करके। अब वो मूड तो स्पॉइल हो चुका है ना दोनों का ही। बिकॉज अगर दोनों तरफ से कहीं पे गैप है अंडरस्टैंडिंग में कि क्या खाना चाहिए, या मूड भी कई बार ऐसा भी होता है कि अंडरस्टैंडिंग हो भी हो, माँ तो पसंद से ही बना रही है, पर बच्चे का मूड अच्छा नहीं है, उसको कुछ और अच्छा खाने का मन है और कॉन्वर्सेशन गैप है, तो भी ये प्रॉब्लम आएगी।
So if we see what happened in this moment, what is happening? The mother was not in the present moment. She was already in future. She was stressed and she was already contemplating what can go wrong in the office and how her life is miserable. So first thing is she was not mindful and she was not in the present moment. And then came this thing, and this little child, when he came and said, even like Binal is saying, however old we are, when we are at home, then it is like expectation that something to अच्छा बना हो, whether तो इसमें हो क्या रहा है, द मदर इज नॉट इन द प्रेजेंट, देन द चाइल्ड कम्स एंड वो चाइल्ड को ऐसे एकदम से शाउटिंग मिली, चाइल्ड गोज इनसाइड बिकॉज व्हाट इफ, जैसे हमने अपना सुना है ना, हमारा रेप्टिलियन माइंड क्या सेफ्टी एंड सिक्योरिटी ढूंढता रहता है. So what is happening? He is not finding security there. As in, he is like he senses that mother is not in a right frame of mind. So he rushes out of the kitchen and goes to the room. And now, what will happen? What the child can do? Because he is like he wants his environment to be safe and secure. So what will happen? What he can do is best is blame himself, that because he went and he said like that, this happened, and it is me who is not lovable. It is me who always does the things to make mama angry, and mama shouts because I am not worthy of him. तो ये जो सेल्फ ब्लेमिंग वाला गेम में जाता है, एंड दिस इज हाउ वी स्टार्ट ग्रोइंग अप एज एन एडल्ट ऑल्सो. हमारे साथ बाहर कुछ बुरा होता है, we go, and this is the very small things which when we are growing up these things happen, and then how we mitigate ourselves, we mitigate things according to our understanding. That child who is not very mature enough and he just wants a safe and secure home, then what will happen? Then he will start self blaming because that is the best he can come up with to feel secure. Because he doesn't want to give his mind that my parents are not good or I am not in a safe world. So, what can I am wrong? That is why. Otherwise, everything is fine. And here, mother is in another guilt that I shouldn't have said like that. It is not. It was not that big thing. I could have controlled. सो व्हाट दो ऑप्शंस है मदर के पास. इधर वो जाके उसको बोले तुम ऐसे नहीं बोलते तो आई वुडंट हैव सेड लाइक दैट. तो इसमें क्या है, व्हाट वी आर टीचिंग दैट आई एम नॉट टेकिंग माय रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, द मदर इज नॉट टेकिंग रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ conveying for their own emotions. So what is the lesson that is going, that it is someone else is responsible for the emotion outburst that is there. And second way it can be ki, if you would have asked me, I could have made, but you should be thankful that I am making home cooked meal for you. So in both ways, it is like the blame is on the child because the child has behaved like that. That is why the emotional outburst was there. So the second, the best option that we can do every time, because there is no perfect parenting. There is no parent that won't be yelling at the children, because that is because we are not 100% mindful at all the times, and it is not possible also to be mindful at all the times, but it is only a practice that we can keep on doing. But we should always go and repair that thing. We should not leave the child to interpret the situation the way he wants, because we have to tell, communicate also, and correct the child also. So the repairing thing can be that mother goes to the child and says, I know I have shouted and I am working on myself being calm, and next time I'll be careful, but it was not your fault. So that we are just conveying that you are owning up for your own responses or reactions. And also a channel is open so that the mother next time can say that you don't say that same thing again, or you can just be polite. Use of words can be different next time, that can you make this or like. So a channel opens for correction. Otherwise, when it is the other way around, that when there is like you because you did, and then there is no communication happening after that, and then we just move on, that okay, I'm sorry, move on. Can we move on? It's not about being sorry, but it is about also telling that it is my responsibility, my emotions are my responsibility, so that when the child takes it to the adulthood, it is not that they are taking a blameful अपना self blame का attitude with them, and also learning to own up their responses or reactions. So anything anyone would like to share about this?
बहुत अच्छे पॉइंट्स है ये शिखा सिस्टर, बिकॉज अगर हम इसको देख रहे हैं तो वाकई में ही ऐसा होता है कि कई बार हम ये चीजें इंसिडेंटली हो जाती हैं तो हम उसको नहीं ठीक कर पाते हैं। दोनों तरफ से होता है कि हमारा मूड ज्यादा ही खराब होता है तो हम नहीं वापस जाते हैं, या बच्चा ही नहीं सुनना चाहता है कई बार ऐसे कि नहीं मुझे बातें नहीं करनी है करके। पर ये ठीक है कि आपने जो पॉइंट्स रखे ना, रियली में वी नीड टू वर्क अपॉन। थैंक यू सो मच।
Chitra is saying, do not declare an order as if we know more than our kids. Be like them, grow with them. Parents have to work on them. Kids' future will be bright in all aspects. It's byproduct. Child is not a pot to be filled. It's a lamp to be lit. Very well said. Child is not a pot to be filled. It's a lamp to be lit. जैसा सदगुरु कहते हैं ना, that it is like you are only a few years elder to them, It is not that you are know it all. It is just that you have come few years before them into this world, and then you cannot just keep on telling them things. So yes, and yes, Vinal.
Yes, sometimes na like the points which you shared, it is absolutely true. And sometimes it happens that RAS, matlab jo, whenever we ask a parent, like a father especially, rapid assessment system, he always tells no on anything. मतलब sometimes it happens that कहीं पे भी बाहर जाना या कुछ भी है तो it just goes no. तो नेगेटिविटी ना घर पे पूरा फैलता है and it goes again to the parent whenever like mom asks कि क्या बनाना है तो I'm like okay ये वाला बनाते हैं या वो वाला बनाते हैं तो she's like यार ये अवेलेबल नहीं है इससे अच्छा ये बनाते हैं तो it happens that way जब आपको मालूम ही है क्या बनाना है तो why are you even asking so I can totally relate on her part what she is going through. Obviously, she has to come to some conclusion कि if we say or not, but कहीं ना कहीं she has to make sure, right? कि क्या बनाना है, क्या लेके आना है. So she has that responsibility. Other than we are just telling no, these are the options and we can have this. So
Definitely. So it's not only about what is cooking, it's like in what are we serving. So that is also okay. So okay, one more thing that is like why we have all or none fallacy that we all live in with. That if we think that someday we will have a big fun with kids or with the person who is important to us, and then we just keep on postponing it. So it doesn't take much to just quickly get involved in something, some quick, like every day we go to sleep with a guilt that we have not spent much quality time with the kids, like Pinaki earlier wrote that just 15 minutes of reading. Even if I say 15 minutes, maybe also appearing much too much for people, some few people. लेकिन जैसे अगर एक थोड़ा सा स्टोन पेपर सीजर ही खेल लिया या फिर जस्ट एक हाइड एंड सीक का एक राउंड खेल लिया these all small things at least when you go to sleep then you don't feel guilty that you have not spent enough or little quality time also with them so that ways you can make prioritize that what all you can do that uh, a quality time is spent daily with the one persons or the relationships which mean to you. So it is like we should not fall into that policy that it is like we will do someday big thing and we miss out on the daily things that we can actually build in our routine, even if we are very busy through the day. Okay. So will anybody like to share what are the quick games that we can play around with kids, whether it's our kids or the kids who are visiting us. We may not be parent to kid, but when it's definitely we we interact with so many kids, whether it's ours or neighbors. Yes,
Antakshi, Damsharad.
yes, yeah. Damshiras, yeah.
can play cards as well, Antakshari.
So like these days, Uno is
Yes.
it's a very quick game and it is very fun filled game. So it is very nice.
Lu- Ludo also one or two games.
Yes, snake and ladder. Yes,
Uh, we
ma'am.
can we can play carom also. It's also a good game we used to play, and it's very nice.
Yes, because
Yeah, so personally, I like to play chess, and I 90% of the days I make a point that I play chess with my daughter. However, I want to make a point here. It need not to be a game, a very like well-defined game, to have a fun time with our child. Just like one incident I remember today's. So I try to become a child when I am with my daughter. So I was eating orange and the peel of orange. if you squeeze some juice comes, right? And we became child and we are putting on each other. So it is just like be with them and make them feel that we are just like they are. Like you be at their energy level, and then it is a fun. It need not be very well defined game for that matter, right? That is what I want to say.
Yes. And also, one thing that one we should things we have to definitely avoid is labeling, whether it is a child or it is an adult that we are dealing with. Like in NLP, it is said that people are not their behavior. So we don't have to actually label their behavior as their identity. And that will happen only and only if we are working on ourselves. If we are identifying everything, ourselves with all the activities or whatever situations are coming into our day to day life, then it is very difficult to keep our interpretation or our communication into that way that you are a picky eater, you are slow writer, you are so clumsy. So because we are just labeling them and the child is uh, just just gulping it inside it. He just digest हो रहा है नहीं हो रहा है लेकिन अंदर तो जा रहा है, and he is making his own image according to those words that we make. So, and that will happen. That is why initially also it is like it's not about child, it's about parent. That how we are, how mindful we are during the day, how separated we are ourselves with from the identity that we are making throughout the day. Then only we will be able to pass on those and give a good um, childhood to our children, and also a very good companionship or relationship can be better if we are working on ourselves. Like Vikaji said, that playing with them, bringing energy into the activity that we are doing. So unless and until we are healthy, we are feeling energetic, we are not able to pass on to those them who matters to us. So it is very difficult, very important to keep on working on ourselves and just radiate. We just radiate what we are. So it is very important that we take ourselves very seriously and work upon us. So yeah, one thing that I would like to ask, like we learn things from children, and I learn too many things from my kids. So one thing that I noticed that she was like very asking very vehemently for iPad. So I said, no, no, its time is over and it's now time to bath. And in my mind, it was like that she has been asking for iPad, so I'll just make her a quick bath and then I will come back and give. So it will be a quick thing. And she left and went, and she was started enjoying bath, and I was like, how much mindful and how much in present they are. Because in my mind, it is that I have to go back and give the iPad to her, but she is in the present moment. She has forgotten about iPad and now she is enjoying the bath. So that one thing I learned, that how we can be mindful and stay in present. So if anybody would like to share what you have learned from your children or the children that you would have interacted with.
One quick thing, if I can mention, is my daughter is very much joyful, and then she never holds any emotion with her. So even if I or my wife uh, become little angry on her and say something, um, she doesn't mind much, and then the next moment I see that she is very much joyful and playful, and she is very resilient in that sense. So that is a reminder to all of us that how much we are letting out, how quickly are we letting go of the emotions. Are we holding or are we releasing it instantly and uh, enjoying every moment as a new moment.
Observing, means letting go of the past and just being in present. Yes. Binal
Right.
says curiosity. Yes, definitely curious expression. Yes. Yes, Pinaki, you were saying something.
See, ontologically, we are all a 6-year-old child only. By the time we reach 6 years of our age, almost 95% of maturity is developed. What happens after that is only it adds to the experience. So even when you and I are discussing about parenting, it starts with parenting self first, the child inside you and me. The more I am in control of that child, the more I will be control of my own child also. मतलब in that case I don't need to control my child. उससे क्या होगा ना, see children 6 साल का बच्चे का आप देखना, 4 साल के बच्चे का क्या होता है, like they become friends with each other and seldom they look for the nooks or they look for the limitations of the other person. Even if they find it, they keep on uh, continuing that relationship, keep on helping them, empowering. In fact, बच्चे को आप देखना, they never help each other, they normally empower each other. आप देखना, it's a big difference between the way you and I look at children and children looking at children. They don't help each other and they do not even have sympathy with others. They are absolutely empathetic. They are very, very mindful about each other. And the best thing is that they are compassionate. मतलब ये बाय डिफॉल्ट ऐसा ही है, हम लोग ऐसे ही जन्म लिए थे, ऐसे ही थे हम लोग. क्या हो ना, फिर और दिस एक्सपीरियंसेस दैट दे केम अक्रॉस इन आवर लाइफ, दे मेड अस हूएवर आई एम टुडे. बट फंडामेंटली मैं वही 6 साल का बच्चा हूँ. तब तक मेरे लाइफ में जो भी थॉट्स आए हैं, those thoughts are still dominating my decisions today. Like every word that you and I learn, every word is backed by a story. You know, डिक्शनरी में भी जब आया था वो एक स्टोरी के साथ ही आया था. जब हमारे जिंदगी में आता है, it comes with a story. Always, every word that you learned is an experience, and that experience is backed by a story. Some story is there, some incident is there, and you learned that word. And you, whenever you use that word in your conversation, you actually bring that experience in that conversation. So what I won't say I think, I have actually done it. I have applied it many times. That every time I need to take control of my child or my daughters, like they're quite big now. So what I did is that essentially focused on only myself. कि उस अगर वहाँ पे मैं होता तो मैं क्या करता? I would have looked at myself and then I interact with myself, and then when I find that okay, चलो ये एक अच्छा तरीका है अपने आप के साथ बात करने का, अपने आप को कंट्रोल करने का. Now you be that friend with that child. वो भी आपका जो बच्चा हो सकता है वो 18 साल का है, 12 साल का है, 7 साल का है या 15 साल का है. एसेंशियली वो भी वैसा ही है. 6 साल का बच्चा, उसके साथ 9 साल का एक्सपीरियंस. दैट्स इट. So the difference is only in the experience part. Fundamentally, it's the same 6-year-old child who is taking the decision, who is making the choices. And when you bring yourself down to that level, rather, I won't say down, it is like bring you in connection to that child inside you, things become very easy. You really do not need to teach anybody, you really do not need to tame anybody. You can actually become friend with your daughter or son, and you can create magic together. That's it from my side, my experience.
Yes. So that also brings to one more important aspect, that why parents are so worried about kids. Like, why are we not able to
They are
just,
worried about themselves, not their kids.
that is what it comes to the ego, because parenting is all about parents. It is like we have done it, we have made it, and so it is like our image that is being projected. So it is very important to just distance ourselves and know our limits as and what we are supposed to do as parents, and let the child explore. It is let the child fail. So the
Absolutely, a big chunk of goes into observation, observing your own thoughts and observing what is happening around you and how you are interacting with those thoughts. What are the interpretations you are making with those thoughts? Sorry, Shika, to interrupt you. I'm so sorry.
So that is, yeah. So that is what it's like. We want, the intent is so positive, but we end up on being on the wrong side. And then something is going wrong with, because we are identifying ourselves so much with the kids, that it is now getting the line is getting breached, and we are crossing those limits, and we are just entering into their territory and just not letting them be, because we are not accepting us as we are. That is why we are not accepting the kids how they are. It is very important to accept, because like if we are very overachiever or we are very over ambitious, so our child, if it is introvert or if it is not the average, as in, then we start considering ourselves as failure, and then we keep on pumping therapies and pumping extra classes on them, so that they come to match our standard, what we have created for ourselves. Maybe we would have also been the same in the when we were studying, but because now we have achieved, we have something, because our parents pumped in that, we are also subconsciously mimicking what parenting we got into our children, but it's time to change. So Chitra is saying empower your child from birth to 12 years of age. After that, they will take good care of themselves and even our emotions. So please touch them, feel them, and they will feel you. Touch therapy really works. Yes, definitely. Daily touching therapy definitely works. And also that we want them to make independent, but our actions are making us them more dependent on us, because we are not letting them go. We are not making them free. So this is I wanted to say on this. The person, you have anything to say on this?
No, I just wanted to take the every all single words of Pinaki. He took my words actually, so I have nothing but left out to say. So Pinaki, anything left to speak out, please? Come on. It
कि
was
जितना
such a
तो वो
lovely.
तो विकास ने बोल ही दिया, मेरे को बोलने का मौका ही नहीं मिला, इसलिए मैंने अपनी बात जो थोड़ा बहुत बचा हुआ तो बोल दी.
And this is how a mother doesn't have any permission to even speak. The mouth would be shut when you are talking also. So, Mummy, but I'm really sorry, guys.
Okay. So anything anyone else wants to share? We can. Any takeaways from today? Socializing, yeah, socializing. How, Binal, what you want to? Kids copy that too. Yes, how we are in front of others and behind, how they see us, that we are not matching whatever we are saying, then they also know that this is how it has to be.
It's
Okay.
like parents are telling kids that don't use WhatsApp and this is not good. When they are already into that and they are teaching their kids not to do that, how will the kids listen?
They do what they see. Yeah.
Binal is very right. You know, like आप खुद बच्चों को बोले ऐसा मत करो और सारा ज्ञान आप वहीं से ले रहे हो. तो बोलेगा तुम भी तो बैठ बैठ के जूम पे अभी ज्ञान ले रहे हो, हम भी ले रहे हैं. तुम भी इंटरनेट से देख के इंफॉर्मेशन उठा के हमें बता रहे हो, हम भी वही कर रहे हैं, है ना. So yeah, absolutely, Binal, you are absolutely right. You got the right caller. Okay.
This connection is required.
Yeah.
We should be doing
Okay,
what
guys, I would like to share one, just 2-3 lines, okay? It's just like that point of time, my kids were like screaming at me, so I couldn't, like, they wanted to speak something, so I just took the break. So it's all about, since I think 5 years or something like that, more than that, till from the time my elder one is born, and I started having the juggle between my self, aligning to myself, aligning to my work and my own passion to do anything. Since then, I'm in this journey of parenthood and parenting. Parenthood is that from the day my child was born, but parenting, that what is parenting exactly? From there, the journey started. I read at least like 60, 50, 60 books at least I have read it till now. There are a couple of courses that I had been through. I couldn't connect it because something was not meeting to my standard. Okay, what is that exactly? What is not meeting to my standard? I mean, that is what exactly I want to share over here. It's like, I'm holding this body right now, and this body I'm holding since whatever the age of my that age. Okay, 30 years, 40 years, 20 years, as per your own age. Listen to this, guys, properly, okay? And now, when my body is full of other stuff, that is all the beliefs that I was carrying since my childhood, whatever it is, and it is, it's like a used vessels right now. And that vessels is been used and been kept with that some food, even though I wanted to throw the food and cook a new food inside that vessel, without cleaning the vessel, the food won't taste good, whatever the food I'll cook it. So basically the point is, clean your vessel before you cook something new. That is what is exactly parenting is all about. You just have to parent yourself before you parent anyone else. You don't have rights to parent anyone else before you parent to yourself.
Yes, definitely. So because we just land up being a parent without any prior
Right?
prior anything, as in we, the most important thing that is there, and we are just coming into this unprepared. So it is like, even if we now, if we realize this, then we should at least read about psychology, some things, and there are so many parenting books that are available. We should at least make an effort to understand and read what it is about. Not only parenting, I would say, just psychology learning is very important, because it is everywhere. All the relationships that you are into, it depends on how you are maintaining your psychology there with them. Yes, because you were saying something.
Yeah, most of the points are already covered. Just one quick thing, if I can mention, like we discussed, that what they see, they tend to embrace. It is not just that. What we are communicating non-verbally, that also they, in fact, that is what that they inculcate more. So what they see and what they feel, both are equally important. So our verbal and non-verbal communication, we have to be very carefully do, so that we are not sending any wrong message to the child. So what we really want to see in them, first we need to do that in every aspect. So we have to be very aware. Our awareness level has to be very high in order to see the same thing in them.
Yes. And just because we are talking about parenting, so is my screen visible? So these are the 4 parenting styles
No,
that, okay.
screen is not visible. It's a blank. Yeah, now, yeah, it's there.
So these are the 4 parenting styles that are there. We might be using all 4 of it in mixture, but what we this or permissive is like child is driving the relationship. It is like everything, whatever child says, and it is done. And it is like, जो फ्रेंड नम्रता आपने बात करी थी कि फ्रेंड बनने की बात, तो फ्रेंड बन गए ओवर इंटेलिजेंस इनटू चाइल्ड, क्योंकि कॉन्फ्लिक्ट नहीं आना है। फिर अथॉरिटेटिव में इसमें ये वाला जो है वो बेस्ट वाला जो एक क्वाड्रेंट आता है। निग्लेक्टफुल में तो पेरेंट को भी नहीं पता है क्या करना है, क्या हो रहा है, क्या कर रहे हैं, और टोटली निग्लेक्टेड एवरीथिंग। अथॉरिटेरियन में पूरा पेरेंट ड्रिवन है, बच्चे की सुनना ही नहीं है, स्ट्रिक्ट रूल्स हैं, एक कम्युनिकेशन भी नहीं हो रहा है। अथॉरिटेटिव में प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग हो रही है, चाइल्ड के साथ बैठ के बातें हो रही हैं, रूल्स आर क्लियरली डिफाइंड, एक्सपेक्टेशंस हैं, ओपन कम्युनिकेशन हो रहा है, और नेचुरल कॉन्सिक्वेंसेज एज इन की जो जैसा होना चाहिए वैसा हो रहा है। तो अब इसमें क्या होता है, जैसे चाइल्ड कभी बीमार है तो उस समय हम परमिसिव यूज कर लेते हैं कि हाँ ठीक है, जो वो कह रहा है आइसक्रीम खाने के लिए तो दे दिया। अब अथॉरिटेरियन में कि कभी अगर वो हम कौन सा भी पेरेंटिंग स्टाइल अगर फॉलो कर रहे हैं, लेकिन अगर सड़क पार कर रहे हैं उस समय चाइल्ड को हाथ पकड़ के चलना ही है, देन दैट टाइम वी बिकम ऑथर। तो हमारा पेरेंटिंग स्टाइल इज एक्चुअली मिक्स ऑफ एवरीथिंग, but we should definitely reflect on our parenting style, that what are we, which parenting style we are very comfortable with and is coming naturally to us, so that we can align with making it more open. So that's it from my side. Anything else someone would like to share? Yeah. Yes, that is a me, but being authentic. Okay, Priya. Yeah, being authentic. Okay. So will anybody like to share what are you taking away from this thing? No takeaways? Okay.
Thank you for the this beautiful session. The way it was, you added the framework and added all these things. It made us realize. Even I'm not a parent, but yes, I can totally understand how you people are going through. यहाँ पे इट्स लाइक कि हम खुद को नहीं संभाल पाते हैं एट अ टाइम्स, दो दो बच्चों को और एक एक बच्चों को किस तरह से treating them, taking them to the another level and fighting our own battles. This is how it is. And taking such kind of sessions, even after your own corporate job, even after all these things for the benefit of the society, this is what our child also learns, that what you are doing. And this proves that you're going that extra mile. So this is how the learning imparts to the child as well. And this everybody should kahin na kahin wo contribution ka part hai. When the child sees all these things, this also matters a lot, that this is the way how life should be driven. What we do, our child is copying exactly that. Even in the phone, jaise maine bola ki yaar we are always on the phone, but yes, what are you giving that? This should be shown and seen to our child as well. They say these are the things which is going on, and this will create a huge impact. So
So that taking initiative, that how we can demonstrate that how to take initiatives, and this is all social learning that we are doing, because we are like एक दूसरे का सहारा that we can learn from each other whatever challenges and strengths someone may have, so that we can just keep on sharing what we have learned through our experiences and keep on sharing. So anybody, any question? You just end it.
My takeaways is we started with 3:18. Now we ended with 3:15. Like 3 males, 15 females. उसमें से 2 लोगों ने बात की, ये अच्छी बात है। तो हमें भी कुछ बोलने का मौका मिला। That way, so you could see the fatherly side of the parenting as well.
Definitely.
And see, we are the world for our children. हम बच्चों को जैसे दुनिया दिखाते हैं वो वैसे ही देखते हैं और उनको उसी में बिलीव होता है. So the way a child learns about the universe, learns about the world around him or her is first through the parents, then through the teachers. और आजकल बीच में एक मोबाइल फोन भी आ गया, वो और उस पे गूगल भी है, यूट्यूब भी शामिल है. तो ना चैलेंज इज गूगल हो या यूट्यूब हो, इसमें आपका कोई कंट्रोल नहीं है, ना उसका कोई कंट्रोल है. वो अपना एआई चलाता रहता है, तो बच्चा जैसे देख रहा है उसी हिसाब से अपने आप को वो कंटेंट थ्रो करता रहता है. नाउ द चैलेंज इज दे डू नॉट नो द चाइल्ड इज 6 years old, बिकॉज जब आप रजिस्टर करते हो, अकाउंट खोलते हो, तो उसमें तो आपका 18+ ही दिखाते हो. तो वहां से
नहीं नहीं नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. You can set up, you can create a child account and it will be linked to your parent account. So that provision is there.
अच्छा चलो,
I have
मुझे भी किसी से
explored and
नहीं पड़ी, इसलिए मुझे पता भी
yeah.
नहीं.
So all this parenting, one thing we should always remember is that our Supreme Father is there, and he is guiding all of us, and we should always be remembering him and looking up to him as well, and teaching our children also to be grateful. yes, that one thing what Beatles and Pinaki's book also came today, being teaching them how to be grateful. And we are the role model. So the more grateful we are, we demonstrate that we are grateful. The same passes on to the kids also. So
Absolutely.
making
A lot
them
of things,
pray.
a child learns from by
Yeah,
the way he looks at his parents. Parents एक दूसरे के साथ कैसे interact कर रहे हैं, parents अपने parents के साथ कैसे interact कर रहे हैं, वहां से ही बच्चा सीखता है. So ये भी an area जहाँ पे we have to be more careful that how I am talking to my wife in front of my children. They get lot of picture, lot of sense, lot of meaning making over there. उनको लगता है कि शायद parents जब माँ बाप बनते हैं शायद ऐसे ही बनते हैं, है ना? And accordingly they also take upper hand. अगर मम्मी पापा के ऊपर upper hand ले रहा है तो बेटा भी पापा के ऊपर upper hand लेता है. And if it is the other way around, they also do exactly the same thing. आप इसको notice करके देखना. It
so
just works like.
the reflection actually, when you observe your child, it is your reflection only. What the more impatient you are, the child is demonstrating the same, and the more patient you are, it is evident there. So it is always a reflection. That is why maybe it comes to our ego that what when we start seeing, then it is we don't want no, we want perfect thing only because it is reflecting, showing our mirror. So we just get jittery about it or how it can be possible, and then we try to fix them. So it is
Yeah,
like sitting on
absolutely.
ourselves.
That age difference also plays a major role. आपको लगता है कि इतना छोटा सा बच्चा है, इसका हिम्मत कैसे हो रही है ऐसे बात करने का, ऐसे चलने का.
That ego comes now. That is the only.
Yeah,
That
so fundamentally it's all observation, and Tika, you did a marvelous job by inviting me at least to be here in this forum, because normally I avoid these kind of parenting forums, and the kind of observations that we were discussing today is marvelous. And as Binel said, after doing so many things, you could still take out time. You are a mother of 2 children. When you become a mother of first time you become a parent, you become a parent. When you get 2 children, you become an umpire or referee. So
no, because
despite all that,
for me,
uh,
saving grace is I have a teenager and I have a toddler, so I don't have to be a referee.
saving is वही होता है कि if you have a teenager, or if the elder one, sometimes when it becomes at least 8 or 10 years old, he or she takes a little bit of that responsibility that his mother or parent
Yes,
father is
yes.
doing.
That,
है ना?
that, that, that saving
It's
grace.
also advantage होता है, but you still need to wait for that time that at least they become like you also grow by 10 years by the time your child is growing by 10 years.
Generation gap.
But the challenge is that the funny part is that this gap still remains the same between you and your child. The age gap still remains the same, though both of you are growing up.
Definitely.
Uh, So
Actually,
thank you so much for the wonderful session, and even to think about this
thanks for
as
your
an
wonderful
initiative.
sharing and making it as interactive as possible.
Um,
Yes, sir. Tell me now.
I have one question.
Yes, go on.
Like the relation between father and boy. So it is sort of reserved, like sort of formal. So is there a way to break that boundary?
Okay.
There is some distance,
Hmm.
always some distance within.
Anybody would like to answer? Pinaki, Crash. Both have
Asli, I would
this.
again come back to the same point. Observe yourself, observe your thoughts. ये सवाल भी जो आपके दिमाग में आ रहा है ना, सोचो ये सवाल आपके दिमाग में आ क्यों रहा है?
So because Saad is still and in his early adulthood, so he's just asking from his side that maybe
Yeah. From my
yes.
Yeah,
side,
वही ना
from my
कि
perspective.
observe, कि आप observe करके देखो, आपके every question that is coming to your mind, there is
जी,
something is happening, some experiences were there, and you are connecting to those experiences.
जी,
Step one is
yes,
observe. Step one is
yes,
observe. Like as per NLP बोलते you have all the resources. You can only have unresourceful state, but you cannot be resourceless. And second thing which also NLP says, every question that you are asking, you already have an answer to that. See, you only know about it, that's why you are asking the question. हो सकता है कि
yes,
अभी वो cannot connect to that. That could be possible, that you are unable to connect to that answer. That's why you are curious to know. है ना? So often when you observe, you find that answer. So that way I am not going to tell you any answer to this question, because actually इस सवाल का मेरे पास कोई जवाब है नहीं, उसका सवाल, उस सवाल का जवाब आपके पास ही है. You can only observe and discover it.
Okay, okay.
Abida wants to say something. Yes, Abida, please go ahead.
Mr. Saad, it's important that what's the age of your child?
That is what he is only 24, 25, so he is not yet.
28. I'm 28 now.
No, your child is?
No, he,
No, I'm
he's not a
I'm
parent.
talking. I'm myself 28, and my father. I'm talking about my father, my own father.
Okay. Then
Yeah.
build rapport with him. If you know, that's the best thing to do. Have you done NLP? Then you'll know what is rapport. Otherwise, also, you know what is rapport. So I feel that's the first step that can bridge the gap a lot. And when you'll, as Pinaki told, you'll observe, then you'll see the areas where you have to look into, and that area itself will show you that where you have to build rapport. And once you start building this rapport, you'll realize that there is no difference between a father and a son, whereas they are mirror of each other. That is the best part of that, because they both share the same boat. They both has the same challenges to certain extent of life. Being the man, they say, na,
Yes.
men
Yes.
will be men. If you take it, that shows the connection between men. So between a father and a son, the connection is more. So rapport will be the best thing. After observation, building the rapport will be the best.
Absolutely. And Saad, you trust Abida because she is 3:1.
Yeah,
I would-
that's true. Lucky. I have 2 sons and 1 husband. So I can say.
That's what 3:1, right? The husband itself is a child of
The big child, I can
a
say.
good one.
So this is called as observation, Saad. You can understand what is observation is here.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's why he told 3:1. See, the observation is so important, and then building the rapport is so important.
Okay.
I would also suggest that opening up the communication, maybe when we start feeling that distance because we are not communicating enough. So, कैसे मतलब वो you only would have to figure out that how it is like you can fire up the communication more. How can you start, as in how what steps you can take to more engage with him, to take means आप अपना लाइफ कितना शेयर कर पा रहे हो, अपनी फीलिंग्स कितना उनके साथ शेयर कर पा रहे हो, और उसका चैनल बनाए कि आप वो शेयरिंग होनी है, बात करनी है, एंड विदाउट एनी प्रेजुडिस दैट वो नहीं समझेंगे या वो क्या सोचेंगे, वो एक जजमेंटल होने के बिना अगर हम उनके साथ बात करना का एक चैनल ओपन करेंगे कम्युनिकेशन का, देन वो जो एक मन में बैठ गया है कि डिस्टेंस है, वो डिस्टेंस इसलिए बिकॉज आई एम नॉट एबल टू शेयर थिंग्स, एंड आई एम नॉट एबल टू शेयर बिकॉज आई हैव समथिंग इन माइंड जो पास्ट में हुआ है, उसको आई एम टेकिंग फॉरवर्ड. So again, being in present, being mindful, and not taking पीछे के experiences आगे, and just thinking that from here on I can share things and just see it. So that ways you can just start communicating.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
I would like to add on one more point over here, being in the
Yes.
new journey of somewhere that I understood that if father is, emotionally not available to the child, especially sons, slowly and gradually the son starts creating a little bit of distance from the father. Maybe it could be, somewhere, I'm just telling you the traits. You might find some matching somewhere or the other. And there is a way to come out of that also. So I would like to share the traits of that. Let's see whether you would be able to connect it. The father would be strict. The father would be not emotionally sometimes available when it is, when you need the father, maybe, or it's just like that a friendly way, friendly gesture that when the father comes out, you go and hug the father, papa, you up aa gaye kya? It's like that kind of, yeah, got a small candy, unexpectedly got a small toy as whatever you have expected for. So that emotional demand of the child has not been fulfilled because the father was not been, available for the child at the point of time. So looking at that, what happens is like, आप हमेशा उनको रेस्पेक्टफुली बस देखिए, ठीक है।
Yes.
तो वो रेस्पेक्टफुली, जब बच्चा बस रेस्पेक्टफुली देखता है पापा को वो पापा के हिसाब से, फ्रेंड के हिसाब से जब नहीं देख पाता है, देन स्लोली एंड ग्रेजुअली दैट चाइल्ड विल स्टार्ट हैविंग ए लिटिल बिट ऑफ डिस्टेंस, ओके। तो उसके बदले में
Yes.
चाइल्ड को क्या होता है, चाइल्ड को क्या हो रहा है ना, वो बहुत सारी अपने रिलेशनशिप में गोइंग एंड फो, मतलब उनके लाइफ में वो कभी और बिलीफ एंड दैट कनेक्ट वो कभी कभी ज्यादा लोगों के ऊपर फेथ नहीं क्रिएट कर पाता है, ये बच्चा जो अभी ऐसे फादर के अंडर रहता है, ठीक है। तो उसमें क्या होता है, वो बच्चा बाकी रिलेशनशिप में वो बिल्डिंग, उसका कनेक्शन बिल्डअप नहीं हो पा रहा है, एंड द चाइल्ड वुड स्लोली एंड ग्रेजुअली काइंड ऑफ लोनली फीलिंग हमेशा रहेगा उनके लाइफ में, ज्यादातर रहता है। सो अगेन दिस इज नॉट अबाउट यू, दिस इज, आई थॉट दिस trait might resonate with you, so I'm sharing.
Okay.
Just check whether you resonate with this trait. Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tapaswini,
you.
thank you for that question. Yes, Vikas, आप कुछ बोलेंगे?
One quick point I want to add here, not in this context, maybe in a different context. Many a times we believe that being a friend to a child is a good solution, but just think for a while, because I have explored in this topic a lot, and also I have heard it directly from very two eminent personality like Sister Shivani and Bala Bhai. So it is evident very clearly that being friendly is important, but never become a friend of your child, because they have a lot of friends, but they have only one father or mother. So we
Yes.
need to understand the difference between being friendly and being a friend, and accordingly we need to take up the relation, build the relationship. Otherwise we will mess up actually.
तो सारे सारे रिश्तों की गरिमा होती है, उसको बना के रखना है। इस नमिता, आप कुछ कह रहे हो?
Well said, because you know जो कहा, and earlier also I told you कि you have to be friendly with your children, not the friend, because things changes when you become a friend. And well said कि उनके बहुत सारे friends हैं, बच्चों के बहुत सारे friends हैं, and we are the parent, so they must need to understand the thing between friends and a parent. तो ये होना चाहिए। और वन थिंग आई वांट टू से कि जो मैं टेक अवे कर रही हूँ यहाँ से कि children are not are before parenting our children, we should parent ourselves only. So this thinking has to be changed. And well said, Tapaswini also said that uh, before cooking the new food, we should clean the vessel. That it means ki we should change our thinking in respect to parenting. So these are the very good things which I have learned today, and I might keep it in my mind and would like to change also. And it's very nice. Thank you, Sikash, and thank you everyone also.
Thank you, Namita. Thank you for sharing. थैंक यू। मोना, आपको कुछ कहना है?
Hello, hello.
हाँ,
Hi everyone. Actually, I got held up to join late, but जब भी join करो कुछ अच्छा ही समझने को मिलता है. Especially when the something is organized by Sikha. So it is always, and the best part what I like अभी जो विकास जी ने बोला friend और friendly वाला. I think I'm going to apply this because got a teenage daughter of 16. So कभी कभी मुझे लगता है कि maybe she takes me for granted for everything because she is a single child. So naturally most of the times होता भी है कि I try to be her friend. But these days I'm observing sometimes like behavioral changes and all that. So as a mother, I keep ignoring because उसकी stage भी कुछ ऐसी है. She's a single child. And there are so many things, but I really like this statement that be friendly and not to be a friend. Because I always actually give her this thing that, yeah, I always give her that space that, I can't replace her friend as her friend because naturally the age gap and so many things are there. But definitely, as parents, especially as mom of single child, we definitely should, give it a good thought that friendly होने में और friend बनने में, हम लोग सोच लेते हैं कि हाँ ये हमारा फ्रेंड है बट उसको अपने फ्रेंड्स चाहिए ना, लाइक यू आर मॉम, so this is I think the biggest takeaway what I can take. Rest other
Nice.
things are also very nice. Always empowering session, Shikha. I really love. तो मेरा क्या
Thank
कोशिश
you.
होती है कि आगे पीछे जो भी हो जैसे भी है ज्वाइन तो कर ही लेना ना कुछ तो सीखने को मिलेगा ना. तो
Yes.
pardon me for this thing that मैं बहुत ज़्यादा interact नहीं करती, but like I really take the things. I'm a good listener these days because most of the time period I had been, a very good speaker. But nowadays I'm learning to be a very good listener. मतलब सुनाते थे लोग काफी अपना शेयर कर लेते थे, बट अभी आजकल मुझे आफ्टर डूइंग एनएलपी प्रैक्टिशनर अभी मुझे ना बिकॉज प्रैक्टिस उतनी नहीं होती तो मुझे ना सुनने को ज्यादा अच्छा लगता है. So because I keep on, अच्छा ये भी हो सकता है, हाँ this is also a good aspect. So that is the reason. Otherwise, I'm a good listener to each and every point. जितने भी मतलब speakers ने जब सबने बताया, नाम नहीं ले रही किसी का, सबका मतलब कुछ ना कुछ point अच्छा मिला. बट कहते हैं ना कि भी एक या दो टेक अवेज को पकड़ के चलो ना,
Yeah.
तो
Even if you
ज्यादा
take
अच्छा
away one
होगा.
thing, then it is time सफल
Yeah.
हुआ.
एंड
Yes.
जब मेरा लेट ज्वाइन हो रहा था ना, जैसे ही मैंने देखा ना रिकॉर्ड है, मैंने कहा चल यार आज रात को ना पक्का रिकॉर्डिंग देख के और अच्छे से ना बिकॉज बीइंग अ टीचर ना आई एम इन अ हैबिट ऑफ नोटिंग डाउन द थिंग्स.
Hmm.
तो आई पर्सनली फील कि कोई भी स्टेज है, इट इज नॉट दैट हम लोग पेरेंट्स हैं तो हम लोग कुछ नया नहीं सीख सकते. आई डोंट बिलीव इन दैट. वन शुड बी अ लाइफ लॉन्ग लर्नर कि सीखते जाओ यार. मतलब स्पेशली हम लोग क्या करते हैं कि नॉर्मली लाइक मैं अपना केस बताती हूँ कि वट एवर आई हैड फेस के माई पेरेंट्स हैव नॉट गिवन मी मे बी राइट टू स्पीक एट सम पॉइंट्स एंड ऑल दैट. तो मैं अपनी डॉटर की अपब्रिंगिंग में वो चीज को लाती हूँ दैट आई शुड बी गिविंग दैट. सो वन शुड चेंज अकॉर्डिंग टू द टाइम एंड यू शुड बी अ कूल मॉम. बट कूल मॉम के साथ थोड़ा थोड़ा मतलब कहते हैं ना कि ये स्पेशली आई लव दिस फ्रेंडली और फ्रेंड वाला बिकॉज
Yeah.
मुझे कई बार लगता है कि कहीं से ज्यादा तो नहीं डॉटर वो टेकन फॉर ग्रांटेड ले लेती कि मम्मी है कुछ भी कह दो इसको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा.
Hmm.
So that is why I'll literally go with this takeaway. Thank you so much everyone and thank you so much
Thank
Shikha
you.
for organizing
Thank
these
you.
such lovely. Yeah, thank you so
Thank
much dear.
you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye bye. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Have a nice weekend everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shikha.
Thank you.